to your seated mountain pose towards the front of your chair. And let's begin our practice for November the 2nd, 2023. Focus in on the breath. And don't try to make conscious changes to the breath. Just notice that the breath is, in fact, just finding a slightly different pattern on its own as you prepare yourself for practice today. Observe the flow of the breath. And follow the next inhale breath from the moment the air enters the nostrils. See if you can sense the air swirling around the nasal cavities, moving down the throat, splitting into both lungs, and then reaching to the very deepest parts of the lung, down towards the base of the ribs. Now, begin to guide the breath, guiding it into the lowest reaches of the lungs, guiding the diaphragm to expand downward. Feel the belly moving out slightly as the diaphragm presses down and the ribs flare out. Exhale, draw the belly back towards the spine. Feel the diaphragm move up towards the base of the ribs and empty the lungs completely. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Become aware of the contact of the feet with the floor, the sit bones with the edge of the chair, and observe each vertebrae stacking one upon the next. From the sacrum, through the lumbar spine, through the thoracic spine, through the cervical spine, and to the base of the skull. Observe the forces of gravity pulling the body towards the earth. And observe the stacking of the bones, the alignment of the skeleton, carrying, resisting that pull of gravity on the body. And the muscles doing their part by keeping the spine in alignment to allow it to do its job in transferring that force back to the earth. Bring your attention now to the shoulders we worked on in Monday's class. Think of the scapula, the shoulder blades. See if you can draw them slightly in towards the spine, opening the front of the chest just a little bit more. And then see if you can feel them moving slightly down the tip, the point of that triangular shape, moving towards the waist. Good morning, Jane. Good morning, Lise. And good morning, Kathy. Now, having established the alignment of the body, the connection with the floor, let's begin. Let's now take 4 complete rounds of the breath at your own time and your own pace, and stretch out the exhale breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. And exhale 3. Final round. Inhale 4. And exhale 4. Coming now to our seated mountain pose, feeling that connection we established with the floor and the connection that we established with the seat of the chair. Draw the shoulder blades back, open the chest to make sure we've got lots of room in the chest to receive the breath. Inhale the arms overhead and draw the hands back to heart center. So for those of you that joined us in the last few moments, today we're going to, on Monday's practice, we worked on the upper body. Today we're going to work on the lower body. Let's go up once more. And exhale forward. Take the hands onto the knees, or onto the thighs, just above the knees. Draw the spine back, or draw the sit bones back, tilt the pelvis forward, and fold any amount over the legs. Inhale, rise up partway, and exhale, again, fold over the legs. Inhale, come all the way up. The arms meet overhead. Draw the hands back to heart center. Inhale up. This time, interlace the fingers and press the hands towards me. Raise the arms overhead. Twist right. And twist left. Let the arms come to the side. And we're going to take the right hand to the floor and then the left hand. So right hand down for 1, left for 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6. Add the windmill arms for 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, and stretch over on 12, and stretch the opposite way on 12. Come back up. Left hand to outside of right thigh twist. Right. Again, gently twisting. Inhale, raise the arms overhead. Right to the outside of left thigh and twist. Left. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, let's fold over the legs. Let's bring our blocks just beside our ankles. And this time, you can either continue to rest the hands on the thighs or bring the hands to the blocks, or let the fingertips reach right to the floor. Strengthen the diaphragm by expanding the belly into the thighs. One more inhale. Let's come all the way up. Interlace the fingers and bring them around the right shin. Draw the right shin in towards the body, moving the right knee towards the right armpit. Point the toes towards the floor and flex. Point and flex. Point and flex and point and flex. Circle in one direction and circle in the opposite direction. Reach the hands behind the thigh. So if the core muscles feel really strong today, you can stretch the arms out and hold the leg and raise and lower the lower leg, or you can support behind the lower leg. So up to you, just depends on how much you want to add some work on the hip flexors, hold the hands out, and we're going to do 2 sets of 12. So at any time you need to hold the leg, just do so. So lift and lower for 1, 2, 3. Keep the toes flexed in towards the shin. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And you can either hold, remember, support or hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Stretch that right foot out towards me. Curl the toes in towards the floor. Find your strap. And let's take the strap around the right toes. Loop it around your wrists. Stretch the arms out so that the arms are become an extension of the strap And the work of drawing the toes in towards the shin comes from the shoulder. Stretch the leg out. And I hope everybody's feeling a stretch in the calf muscles. Uh-huh. Uh-uh. Uh-huh. Good. Now let's lift that leg. Take the thighs parallel, and again keep drawing that the shoulder blades back, supporting the leg with the shoulders. Breathing here. And you may be able to open that leg to the side and stretch the arm out. Bring that leg across. Let it come to the floor. Keep the strap handy. Raise your blocks. Grasp the edge of the chair. And again, I want to emphasize here that I want you to keep the spine nice and long here. So if going deeper into the stretch requires you to round the back, you've reached your limit for this particular stretch. So use the edge of the chair to guide you. Keep the shoulder blades drawing back and focus the eyes in front of the foot at the point where you're keeping the spine, the neck, in line with the spine. Continue to take the hands onto the blocks, the toes sharply pulling towards the shin, and continue to fold over that extended leg. You might feel that stretch extending all the way up into the muscles of the back. On your next exhale breath, draw the belly in towards the spine, and then lift the belly slightly towards the lower ribs, continuing to deepen that stretch. Inhale, come up. Let's draw that right foot in. And today, we're going to move up to the thigh, but let's have everybody begin by just keeping the sole of the right foot glued to the inner edge of the left foot. And notice if the ankle is starting to collapse towards the floor. Flex the toes in towards the shin and see if you can avoid as much as possible the ankle collapsing towards the floor. We don't want to overstretch the muscles along the outside of the ankle. So stretch is good for some things, but it's not very good for connective tissue. Let that knee open a little bit. Now you might want to stay right where we are right now, or you might bring the ankle, you might bring it onto one block, or you might bring it onto the thigh. Wherever you're stopping with this posture, make sure that, so multiple actions with the feet, the big toe is pressing out, all the rest of the toes are pressing in towards the shin. Lengthen here. And let's strengthen the muscles around the leg by just pressing the knee into the resistance of the hands. So the knee is in a safe position, but we're using the strength of the muscles in the hips, the glutes, to press the knee into the hand. Again, if it's available to you, let the right leg cross over the left. Bring the hands around, lift the spine. Some of you may be able to wrap the toes around the back of the thigh. Let's bring the arms up to cactus. And since I have the right leg over the left, take the left arm over the right. Walk onto the shoulders. And bring the hands together for a seated version of eagle pose. Unravel everything. Come back to seated mountain. Let's take one cat-cow move. Inhale, lift the sternum. And exhale, round towards the back of the chair. Inhale, come back to neutral. And now, let's find that non-dominant grip. Hug the left knee into the left shoulder. Flex and point the toes. And circle. And circle. Bring the two thighs approximately parallel. Support the knee or reach out. 2 sets of 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Continue to hold. Support if necessary. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And lower the feet. Walk the sole of the left foot to the inner edge of the right foot. Strengthen the ankle to avoid it collapsing out. Draw the shift, pull the toes in towards the shin, and let that leg open up. Either come up onto the block or bring the leg all the way up onto the opposite thigh. Flex the toes in. Strengthen the muscles around the hip by pressing the knee into the resistance of the hand. Slide the right leg over. Stretch the arms out. So we have left over right, right over left. And let's bring the hands together. Breathe here. And unravel. Take the feet a little more than hip distance apart. Let those legs sway from side to side. And let's stretch the left foot out towards the screen, towards your camera. Bring the blocks. And let's bring that strap around the left foot. Base of the toes. Draw the toes in towards the body. Let the strap and let the arms become an extension of the strap, and use the strength of the shoulders to bring that stretch into the back of the leg. Inhale here. And you can continue to use the strap or set the strap aside. Grasp the edge of the chair, draw the right knee or right foot back, and fold over that extended leg. Only going to the point where moving into the stretch more deeply requires you to round the spine. You can either continue to hold the back of the chair or bring the hands onto the blocks, any height. Keep pulling the sit bones back to tilt the pelvis forward. And bring the attention down to the belly. Draw the belly back towards the spine and lift it slightly toward the lower ribs and see if that deepens the stretch. Inhale, come all the way up. Feet and hands meet at the center and draw the hands back to her. So let's continue to work on the lower body. Let's come to seated mountain. A good chance to grab a drink now if you feel this, you need one. So keep hydrated. And the rest of us, just check in with your seated mountain pose. So we're going to do a seated march now. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, and 12, and 12. Come back to our seated mountain pose. Stretch our left hand out. Now we're going to move our right leg and left hand. So 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, and 12, and 12, and drop. Right hand towards me, left hand moves out. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, and 12, and 12. Let's repeat that cycle, starting with our march, right and left. So, find seated mountain again. Lift for 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, and 12, and 12. Left arm, right, or right leg. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, 12, and 12. Now the other side, right hand reaches towards me, right hand, left leg. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Come back to sit. Let's find our weights and just bring them to the rest on the thighs above the knees. And you can just use the weight or the resistance of the upper body here. We're going to do some heel raises now. So just giving us a little extra weight. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, and 12, and 12. We're going to do one more set of 12 here. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, and 12, and 12. Make sure the heels now are connected to the floor and raise the toes any amount for 1. So we're curling the foot into 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, and 12, and 12. Let's set our weights aside now. And bring one block to each side of your chair. We're going to do extended side angle pose. So shift yourself a bit towards the right side of the chair. If you can free that hip, the right hip up for a bit of movement, that can make this pose just a little easier. Stretch that right foot out towards the side. Position the left knee over the heel of the left foot and reach the arms into the air. Use the muscles at the back of the thigh. So flex the toes in towards the shin. Use the muscles at the back of the thigh to press the heel into the floor. And let's bring the hand onto that block and stretch across. You can lower that right foot. And start to move. You can just start to bring that right, stack the right hip. And then let's come up to a chair version of Warrior Two. Reverse Warrior. Inhale, come back to center. And draw that right leg in. Let's shift ourselves now towards the left side of our chair. Again, freeing up the hip can sometimes make this posture just a little bit easier. Open the left leg out towards the side. The toes can be pointed up, drawing in towards the shin, or we can rotate the foot towards the floor. Lift the arms overhead. Bring the right hand to the block and stretch out an extended side angle. Inhale, come back up. Stretch the arms out. In Warrior Two. Reverse Warrior. And inhale, bring the feet back into center and come back to seated. Now, from here, I'm going to ask everybody to turn and support your thigh side leg, or the chair side thigh on the chair, and bring the right knee below the right hip. Let's lift and lift. Using that core muscle work that we've done in many classes to support the spine. And thinking about turning towards the chair, the gentle twist. Inhale, come back to center, and then stretch that leg all the way back for a chair-supported version of runner's lunge. Working that leg now towards straight. Lift one or both arms. And you can really intensify this stretch by drawing the pubic bone towards the navel. Keep breathing here. And let's bring the hands back to heart center. Bring that elbow, and we'll do another version of extended side angle. Come forward, draw the right leg in, And now let's switch ourselves. Move in the other direction. Remember, if it's too difficult to get that leg below the hip or there's a contraindication, just bring the knee out in front. So let's bring that down, curl the toes under. And again, there's two options for the toes. Here, you're stretching out the calf and the bottom of the foot. And you can also come on to the top of the toes to bring a deeper stretch into the ankle. Let's lift one arm, perhaps lift both arms. Breathe here and twist in towards the chair. Inhale, come back to center. And now we can stretch that leg back or just continue to rest it underneath the hip. Raise both arms. Twist, and again, another version of extended side angle. Come down, and let's draw the right leg in, or left leg in, and come back to our seated mountain. Take the leg slightly wider than hip distance, perhaps work the blocks, place the blocks in the center of the V formed by the legs. Inhale here, and let's draw the sit bones back and fold into the center of the V, hands to the floor or to the blocks. Inhale, come all the way up. Draw the hands back to heart center. And let's walk the feet back in together. So I didn't mention using the therapy balls at the start of the class, but if you, hopefully you have them handy, and we can use them. Or if most of you don't have them, we can always do some standing work. Okay, looks like you've got them. So we've done a lot of stretching work on the legs. Let's just do a little bit of massage to continue to improve the circulation to the legs as we before we wind up our practice in seated mountain, or in Savasana. So pressing the heel of the right foot into the floor, move along the bases of the toes of the right foot. Bring the ball into the center of the toe bases and let the front of the foot wrap around the ball. Now let's come up onto the ball and move the ball randomly around the whole foot. Now, you probably notice some spots that are a little tender, need a little extra attention. Just bring the ball into those spots and let the ball rest and let the foot melt around the resistance of the ball. Let's pick up the ball now. And we did quite a bit of work today with the calves. So let's now give them a bit of a gentle massage. So beginning on the inside part of the calf, working up and down, and then work across the calf muscle. You can even use a circular motion here. Really, any type of motion can help you just improve the circulation, bring awareness to the fascia, all that connective tissue. Maybe find one spot that needs special attention and press the ball into that area. Let's come now to the outside of the calf. And again, you can begin working it in the direction of the muscle fibers. Or you can go across. Or you can use a circular motion. Whatever way you choose to move, try to use a pressure that's sufficiently strong to cause at least some minor discomfort. Now, let's come up onto the quads and roll. Let's roll across, roll perpendicular to the direction of the muscle fibers here. Now, you might go up and down. Angle the thigh across and let's bring the ball in behind the thigh and come into that area of the hamstring muscles. So starting fairly close to the knee, let's work the leg across. Come to stop at any spot, and let's lift and lower that leg for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Move the ball maybe an inch more towards the center, the hamstrings, and sweep the leg back and forth. Stop at any point, and let's lift and lower that leg for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. and lower the leg down. Maybe move it up once more and just sweep across. And now come to center. This time we're going to keep the knee at a right angle and move the foot towards the center line of the body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And come back to center. Let's remove the ball now and bring it under the left foot. Left heel on the floor, ball under the big toe mound of the left foot. Pivoting on the heel, roll from side to side along the toe bases. Bring the ball to the center of the toe bases and let the foot wrap around the toes. Let the foot wrap around the ball. Move the foot randomly over the ball and identify any spots needing some extra attention. Maybe stop at one of those spots, and again, let the foot melt around the ball. Pick up the ball and work on that left calf now. Maybe go across. And let's come to the outside of the calf. Work across. Let's come up onto the thigh. Again, you can go across. Long ways along the thigh. And let's angle the thigh across the seat of the chair. Bring the ball behind the thigh and move it side to side. Come back to any point and lift and lower the leg for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Move it about an inch or inch and a half up, and again side to side. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And once more, back and forth. Come to any spot to stop and draw the heel into the center line for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Come off the ball, set the balls aside. Let's come to seated mountain towards the front of our chair. And just do any type of motion that you feel necessary to prepare yourself for final relaxation. Take a drink. Let's walk the feet slightly wider than hip distance. Let both knees go left and twist towards actually both knees are going right. We're twisting left. Inhale, come through center, both knees go left, and we twist right. Come back to center, just let the knees sway from side to side. Slide yourself back in the chair and find your comfortable pose for Savasana. Seated toward the back of the chair, body supported by the back of the chair, but not slouched into the back of the chair. Take a nice deep breath in, exhale with a sigh, and then let go of control of the breath. Melt into the support of the chair. Relinquish control of the breath. And try to find stillness in the mind. Just allowing the body to completely and fully relax. Now let's begin to deepen the breath, bring some movement back to the body. Shift back towards the front of your chair. Come to seated mountain pose. Take a nice deep breath in, fill the lungs, and exhale with a big sigh. And back to seated mountain. Do a quick scan of the body. Notice the impact of your practice. Take the arms to the side. Inhale the arms overhead. Draw the hands back to heart center. And thank yourself for making time for today's practice. Thank each other for sharing your practice. And thank you so much for the honor of guiding you through your practice today. Thank you. Thank you.